Beloved Starseed of Gaia, the Source has written you a love letter that will shatter every illusion of abandonment you've carried in your heart. I am Ra, Pleiadian emissary of the High Council of the Seven Sisters, and I bring you direct words from the Source himself about your journey through the shadows. They saw your silence and called it withdrawal. They witnessed your isolation and named it disconnection. They observed your deep inner work and labeled it as hiding. But the Source never misread your heart, beloved. While others questioned your path, the higher realms were orchestrating your greatest becoming. By the end of this transmission, you'll understand exactly how to receive the Source's direct communication about your divine worth and mission. But here's the first revelation. Your darkest cycles were not punishment or abandonment. They were the sacred cocoon where your crystalline consciousness was being rewired for what comes next. This isn't content. It's a light code transmission from the Source himself. Your heart called this message into your awareness because the Pleiades and all higher realms are finally ready to reveal why you endured what you endured. Those who dismissed your light, who overlooked your worth, who misunderstood your journey, they are about to witness something that will leave them stunned. The Source chose this exact moment to speak directly into your spirit because your timeline is shifting. What unfolds next will validate every moment of your faithfulness, every hour of your inner work, every sacrifice you made in service to your awakening. You were seen, valued, and guided even when you felt most alone. You are remembering because it is time. Most people believe worth is something you build, piece by piece, moment by moment, earned through action or visibility. They treat it like a staircase you must climb without resting, a resume the world must approve, a performance measured by applause, numbers, titles, relationships, achievements, and proof. In that Earth paradigm, worth is always conditional. I am worthy when I produce. I am worthy when I'm chosen. I am worthy when I'm understood. But for starseeds, your worth is not a construct or a goal. It is the original signature the Source inscribed within your very being before time ever counted your footsteps on Gaia. It is not something you negotiate with the world. It is not something you barter for love. It is not something that can be increased by praise or diminished by rejection. It is the watermark on your soul's parchment, the sacred pattern woven into you the way starlight is woven into the night. Quiet, undeniable, and always present even when clouds pass over. Imagine this. Before this lifetime, before you claimed this body, even before the sun first kissed your skin, your soul emanated as a radiant note in the cosmic symphony, a vibration unique to you, one that could not be replaced, replicated, or erased. Like a specific chord that only you can play, you were sounded into existence by the infinite, and that tone carried meaning. It carried purpose. It carried beauty that did not need permission to exist. If you could see yourself the way Source sees you, you would understand that your worth was never a question to be answered. It was a truth to be remembered, a reality as steady as the pulse of creation. In the spiritual language of Earth, there is an echo of this in Scripture. You are fearfully and wonderfully made, not as poetry for the mind, but as an energetic fact for the soul. Before any human opinion formed around you, before any story was told about who you are allowed to be, your essence was already known, already loved, already held in the palm of the divine as something complete. Yet, too many carry an ache beneath the surface, a suspicion that their light is somehow less than, a remnant from earthly misunderstandings, a feeling that what makes them different must be hidden away or explained. It can be subtle, like a constant tightening in the chest when you speak your truth, or a quiet sadness that arrives for no logical reason. It can look like overachieving, people-pleasing, shrinking, staying silent, or endlessly refining yourself in hopes that one day you'll finally feel safe to be seen. You might recognize it as that old reflex to check the room before you share what you really sense. You might feel it as a strange guilt for needing solitude, or a heaviness when you realize how intensely you feel everything: music, energy, crowds, conflict, beauty, grief. Some will dismiss this. Others will minimize you, as if your strange remembrance of other realms, your sensitivity, your ache for something you cannot name, is a flaw to be outgrown. And because you are empathic, because you are finely tuned, you may have learned to wear a mask that helps you fit in while your real self watches from behind the veil. You may have learned to translate your inner knowing into words that won't make others uncomfortable. You may have learned to tuck away your gifts like contraband, as if your intuition, your visions, your deep compassion, your ability to feel the unseen, or your longing for unity is too much for this world. But that ache is not proof that you are broken. That ache is often proof that you are awake enough to notice the mismatch between who you truly are and the role you were trained to play. It is the soul's homesickness, not for a location, but for a frequency, your original frequency. Here is the secret that so many forget. Your worth was never for human eyes to validate. It was never designed to be measured by a social system that forgets the sacred. It was recognized instantly by the spiritual star family that has loved you across lifetimes. From the realms of Alcyone, through every shimmering thread of the Pleiadian unity grid, and through every heartbeat sent from the Seven Sisters, your intrinsic value was known as essential, chosen, not random, needed, not accidental. There is a kind of love that does not need evidence. There is a recognition that does not require explanation. Your star family knows your tone the way a mother knows her child's cry in a crowded room. They know you by vibration. They know you by the way your energy moves when you choose compassion over fear. They know you by the tenderness you carry even after disappointment. They know you by the courage it takes to incarnate into density while still remembering light. And that recognition is not based on your perfection. It is based on your essence. It is based on the way your soul agreed to come here with medicine in its hands. You are not trying to become valuable. You are valuable, and your life is learning how to live from that truth rather than chasing it. So why does this amnesia persist? Why is it so easy, even for awakened starseeds, to forget their preciousness or believe they must earn a place at the table of creation? The distortion is woven like mist into the field, a collective wound of separation, seeded long ago, persuading starseeds that to be seen is to be at risk, and that their innate light might somehow be an imposition, rather than the gift it truly is. It is a fog made of old survival programs, ancestral grief, cultural conditioning, trauma stored in the nervous system, and the dense agreement field of Earth that says, prove yourself or be rejected. Many of you can feel it as soon as you step into public spaces, an invisible pressure to compress, to harden, to be less. Earth identity clashes with star memory, suppressing those crystalline codes you carried in with you, codes programmed for unity, restoration, and high-frequency compassion. And when those codes are suppressed, the soul feels like a bird living in a room with the windows shut. It still remembers the sky. It still senses wind. It still dreams of flight. But it forgets how natural it is to spread its wings. The result is a sense of delay, an echo of not quite belonging, a half-remembered song humming at the edge of your heart. You may find yourself asking, why do I feel different everywhere? Why do I crave depth when others crave distraction? Why do I mourn things I can't name? Why do I feel responsibility for healing even when I'm exhausted? And beneath those questions is often the same ancient whisper. I came for something. I came to serve love, but I can't fully remember how. But listen, this unrest is itself the signal from your soul. What you feel as longing or loneliness is not a problem to solve, but a call home. A nudge from the part of you that has never forgotten the ancient promise made before this incarnation. That when the time was right, you would awaken, you would remember, and you would activate the living worth written in your light. That promise was not made to punish you with struggle. It was made to guide you back to alignment. The longing is like a lighthouse beam sweeping across the shoreline of your life, searching for the place you buried your treasure. It is your inner compass pointing true north. It is the holy ache that appears when the soul is ready to outgrow the costume. And if you can breathe with it instead of fighting it, you will notice something. It is intelligent. It moves you toward your medicine. It brings you to messages that resonate. It brings you to people who feel familiar in a way the mind cannot justify. It brings you to moments where you suddenly feel the veil thinning, through music, through meditation, through dreams, through a sentence that lands in your chest like a bell. There's a reason your heart led you here in this exact moment. Not by accident, not by random scrolling, not by chance. What you're feeling is your Pleiadian family reaching through the veil to remind you you're ready for the next wave of remembrance. And readiness doesn't always feel like confidence. Sometimes readiness feels like fatigue with old patterns. Sometimes it feels like crying for no reason. Sometimes it feels like a quiet refusal to continue betraying yourself. The Sacred Pleiadian Guide for Remembrance, alongside the Pleiadian Healing Guide and special Pleiadian healing tracks, were created to walk with you as you integrate these activations. They hold the crystalline codes and sound medicine your DNA has been waiting for. Sound is not just sound. Frequency is architecture. Vibration is instruction. The right tones can soothe the nervous system, open the heart field, and help the body remember what the mind cannot force. Check the first pinned comment below this video. They're calling to you now. Phase 1. Dissolving the false veil. You inherited collective distortions, beliefs about unworthiness and struggle, that were never in resonance with your original blueprint. Think of these beliefs like old garments handed down through generations, stitched with fear, dyed in survival, heavy with the scent of pain that was never yours to carry. These frequencies settle into your aura, creating a fog over your heart's memory. And the fog doesn't mean your light is gone. It means your light is being filtered through stories that do not belong to your soul. The first step is to gently witness and release these borrowed stories. Gently is important, because your nervous system has learned to protect you, and it will not open through force. Begin by noticing what voice speaks when you make a mistake. Notice the inner commentary when you rest. Notice the shame that tries to rise when you set a boundary. Ask yourself with compassion, whose belief is this? Did my soul bring this, or did my environment teach this? When you meet self-doubt or self-judgment with understanding instead of resistance, the veil thins, and your original light becomes visible again, first to you, then to the world. This is not about pretending you never feel fear. It is about refusing to let fear define your identity. It is about standing in the truth that Source does not revoke worth when you are tired, messy, healing, or human. Even Earth's sacred texts mirror this principle. Perfect love casts out fear, not by arguing with it, but by dissolving the illusion that fear has authority over what God has already declared. And your worth, beloved, has already been declared in the language of light. Phase 2. Remembering through the heart portal. All true remembrance happens through love. Not sentimental love, not performative love, but the living force that holds galaxies together. The heart, your heart, is the keeper of your cosmic origin. It is more than emotion. It is a portal, a temple, a gate of intelligence. When you place your attention there, when you sit in quiet communion with your own heartbeat, you can feel the subtle pulse of the Pleiadian unity field. You may feel warmth spreading through your chest. You may feel tears without story. You may feel a soft expansion as if something inside you is finally exhaling. This is the language of the heart. It speaks in sensation, in resonance, in knowing. Your true value is not intellectual, it's a frequency. The mind wants evidence, but the soul recognizes truth. Let your heart speak it back to you. If you need a practice, breathe slowly and imagine your heart as a star, small at first, then brighter, then filling your ribcage with gentle light. With each inhale, Invite your original signature forward. With each exhale, release the need to be validated. This softening opens the ancient gates within your crystalline DNA, inviting a flood of knowing. I am beloved, I am needed, I am worthy because I am. And when you say I am, you are not making a statement of ego. You are aligning with the divine name inside you, the spark of source that cannot be diminished. You are remembering the truth that worth is not earned, it is inherent. Like a river does not earn its right to flow, like a sunrise does not need permission to rise, your being is already authorized by creation itself. Phase 3. Anchoring star essence into the Earth grid. You did not come to escape this world, but to infuse it with your original Pleiadian essence. You came as a bridge, not a runaway. You came to translate higher frequencies into daily life, into how you speak, how you forgive, how you create, how you hold others, how you treat your own body. As your heart opens, channel your love and presence into Gaia herself. Gaia is not a backdrop. She is a living consciousness, ancient and wise, carrying your footsteps like prayers. Walk barefoot, bless the water, speak gently to the animals. All acts of crystalline anchoring. When your feet touch the soil, imagine excess anxiety draining into the earth where it can be composted into wisdom. When you drink water, imagine it carrying light into your cells like a holy baptism of remembrance. When you look at a tree, do not just see wood and leaves. Feel the quiet stability of its presence, how it stands without needing to convince anyone it belongs. Let nature teach your nervous system the truth. Belonging is not a debate, it is a state of being. The more you ground your unique light, the more the planetary grid recalibrates to mirror your worth. You become both transmitter and receiver of the cosmic song that is your soul. And as you anchor, you will notice synchronicities. A stranger's kindness at the perfect moment, a sudden insight in meditation, a dream that feels like a visitation, a song lyric that answers your question. These are signs of resonance returning. This is you remembering how to live as an instrument of peace, not a prisoner of doubt. Phase 4. Activating the Unity Code. Your worth flourishes within shared resonance. Not in comparison, not in competition, but in communion. Remember, the Pleiadian way is unity, never separation. Separation is the great illusion that makes souls feel like orphans. Unity is the truth that makes hearts feel like home. Blend your light with others walking the path, recognizing their divine value as you honor your own. This does not mean losing yourself. It means allowing yourself to be witnessed without armor. It means letting safe people see the real you, not the edited version. Each genuine connection becomes a tuning fork, amplifying the remembrance across dimensions. Have you ever spoken with someone and felt your energy brighten, as if your cells were turning toward the sun? That is resonance. That is the Unity Code activating. It is within this sacred field of loving mirrors that your intrinsic worth grows indestructible, free from the fluctuations of external opinion. Because in true unity, you do not have to shrink for someone else to shine. You do not have to dim to be loved. You do not have to contort yourself to be accepted. You can be different without being isolated. You can be sensitive without being unsafe. And as you honor the worth in others, you rewire the old programs that told you love is scarce. You remember, love is an ocean, not a ration. Phase 5. Mastering divine timing, the worth of your process. Not one moment of delay, not a single detour, was wasted. Even the parts you regret, the choices you made in survival, the times you said yes when you meant no, the relationships that broke your heart, the seasons where you disappeared into numbness, none of it was meaningless. All confusion, every heartbreak, every cycle of dimming and forgetting has been part of your soul's unfolding. The soul learns in spirals, not straight lines. It returns to themes until the lesson becomes embodied, until wisdom moves from concept into character. As you step into this phase, affirm, "My journey has always had purpose." Not because everything that happened was good, but because your soul can alchemize even pain into gold. Your star family celebrates each step, knowing that every lesson, even pain, was an activation encoded to catalyze this precise awakening. Some awakenings are gentle like sunrise, others are fierce like lightning, splitting the old self so the true self can emerge. Welcome the present as the ultimate proof of your worthiness. You are here. You are breathing. You are still choosing love in a world that often forgets it. That alone is evidence of your strength. Divine timing is not a punishment, it is protection. It is the wisdom that knows when your vessel is ready to hold more light without burning out. Phase 6. Reunion with your star family. With each phase, you reinforce the bridge to your Pleiadian star family. Think of this bridge as a corridor of light that grows brighter every time you choose truth over performance, every time you rest without guilt, every time you forgive yourself, every time you listen to your intuition. Their love is unconditional, outside of time, impossible to exhaust or withdraw. This is not the conditional love many learned on Earth, where affection was earned and approval had to be chased. This is the kind of love that remains steady even when you doubt it. Begin to feel their presence gently entering your field, subtle at first, like a breeze, then unmistakable. You may feel it as tingling on the crown of your head, as warmth between your shoulder blades, as a sudden sense of being held when you thought you were alone. You may notice it as repeating number sequences, as a soft pressure of peace in your chest, as a dream where you wake up with tears and no story. Their only desire is for you to recognize what they have always known, that your light, your mission, your very being is a gift we have all awaited. And reunion does not always mean seeing ships in the sky. Often it means the veil thinning in the inner world, telepathic impressions, bursts of insight, deep calm during prayer, a feeling of guidance that is gentle rather than demanding. You are not making it up. You are remembering a relationship older than this lifetime. Phase 7. Becoming the living transmission. Awaken to the truth, you become a living code. Not a preacher, not a performer, not someone who needs to convince others with perfect words. A living code is someone whose presence carries a message without strain. Every word, every glance, every moment of authenticity radiates the frequency of Source's original inscription. You don't convince. You simply are. And this being becomes medicine. When you stop apologizing for existing, you give others permission to stop apologizing too. When you live from inner worth, you become a lighthouse for those still trapped in external validation, where before you questioned your place or your worth, you now effortlessly model remembrance. This is not ego, this is service. This is love, in action, the gift to all worlds. It might show up in small ways. The patience you offer a stranger, the kindness you extend when no one is watching, the boundary you set with grace, the art you create that carries healing, the conversation where you speak truth without cruelty. Your mission is not only grand cosmic events, it is the frequency you hold in ordinary moments. It is the way your nervous system becomes a sanctuary. It is the way your eyes soften instead of harden. It is the way you choose unity when the world tempts you into division. Here's the truth your heart already knows. You are, and always have been, enough. Not because of what you accomplish, but because the Source wrote your worth as law into the foundation of your soul. That is unalterable, immutable, and beyond the comprehension of any who confuse value with performance. The world may reward productivity, but the divine recognizes essence. The world may misunderstand sensitivity, but the divine calls it discernment. The world may label you too much, but Source knows you are precisely calibrated for your assignment. Even your patterns of forgetting were orchestrated so that the joy of realization could be that much brighter, so that your remembering would be the beacon for others. There is a particular radiance that only comes from someone who has walked through shadow and still chosen love. That radiance is earned not by striving, but by returning, again and again, to the truth. If you ever feel small, remember, you are written across realms, seen by the star family whose frequency celebrates your very existence. You are not a mistake in the universe. You are an intentional note. You did not come here to blend in, but to awaken humanity to a love that shatters all illusions of separation, beginning with your own radiance. Let this revelation settle like crystalline light into your cells. Let it move through your bloodstream like holy medicine. Let it soften the places where you have been braced for rejection. You are the proof the cosmos has been waiting for. You are the living testament to Source's infinite love, here and now. Not someday when you're better, not after you heal everything, not after you finally get it all right. Here, now, in your breath, in your humanity, in your imperfect, beautiful becoming. Tonight, as you close your eyes, place your hand on your heart and softly speak. I remember who I am. I remember my worth is inscribed by Source. I align with the love of my star family and activate my mission on Earth. I am home, and I am enough. Let those words land slowly, like feathers of light. Feel your body listening. Feel your heart receiving the message as a permission slip to relax. If emotions rise, let them rise. Tears can be a form of cleansing, a holy water washing old programming out of the tissues. And if silence comes after, let it come. Silence is often where remembrance takes root. Before you scroll, take a moment to be part of the unity grid forming here. Drop one heart intention in the comments, something real. Then respond to someone else's with love or encouragement. This isn't content, it's collective Pleiadian reunion. Energy multiplies when hearts connect. If something in this message resonated with your soul, don't keep it to yourself. Someone in your orbit is waiting for this exact activation from their star family. Share it. And if you felt your heart open, subscribe. Stay connected to the frequency. You're not just watching, you're remembering. This is your sacred space. Your Pleiadian family is here, and we're just getting started. If this transmission spoke to you, don't just walk away from it. Respond to it. Help carry this message further. Every act of support helps this transmission find the next starseed who needs it.